Hello everyone and welcome to your channel Tech1 Gaming. Today we will be testing this Hogwarts Legacy game on the RTX 5050, and definitely we are using the laptop variant for RTX 5050. We have this Acer Nitro V15 laptop, and the configuration for this laptop is i5 13th generation with 16 gigs of RAM, and for the VRAM we have RTX 5050 with 8 GB of memory space. So we will test this game. We will have different test scenarios. Let me show you once. So for the first test we will have this DLSS 4 on, and we will test this game on ultra, medium and low settings. For second test we will put the game to DLSS 2 and move on to the ultra, medium and low settings. Similarly, for the test 3 and 4 we will put the DLSS 2 off and test the game for ultra, medium and low settings. Then on the test case 4 we'll enable this ray tracing and put the game settings to ultra. Then for the fifth test we will put this DLSS 4 on with the ray tracing, and graphics settings will be ultra. So in this video let's test the game on the different settings and see how the RTX 5050 will perform. And a pointer, so video will be divided into two parts. In the first part we will do the OBS recording on the same system itself on which we are testing the game, and in the second part I will record the results with phone and you guys can have a better idea. In the second part of video, in background there will be no apps running, but for the first part we will be using this OBS studio for recording purpose. So that's a bit of pointer. So now let's dive right into the video and do our testing for this game on RTX 5050. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, let's begin with the test number 1. So let me show you the settings I am using for this test. We have to keep the DLSS to 4, DLSS frame generation is on, and we have every graphic settings set to ultra, and also the ray tracing is off for this test. And let's see how many FPS we are getting and see the performance overall. So we are inside the castle, and here you can see we are getting more than 100 FPS. It is definitely playable FPS. You can easily enjoy this game at this FPS rate. Also you can see the GPU utilization is almost 200%. GPU temperature we are touching around 70 degree, and CPU is also we are touching more than 70% of usage. So in the outside area FPS is dropped to 80 range. So you can expect the FPS to range from 75 to we can say 85. On an average we can see like 80 FPS in the outside area also. So this is the, I guess, the best performance you can get because we have the DLSS 4 on. And make a note, we are testing this game at ultra settings. Let's reduce the texture quality a bit and see how many FPS is increased or decreased. So we will simply go to settings and put it to medium once, apply changes, and I think there will be increase like 4 to 5 FPS. And yes, in the outside area we are getting around 90. Okay, we are now touching 120 FPS max of the time. So in the outside also, if you will reduce the quality a bit, we are playing this on medium settings, you will get more than 100 FPS. So it is definitely a bit of increase. So if you can compromise with the graphics settings a bit, you can get a definitely good FPS. And inside the castle the FPS is definitely more than 100, or you can say we are having a constant FPS of 100. Yeah, so at medium DLSS 4 on, you are getting on an average 100 FPS whether you are inside the castle or outside, we can say. Okay, now let's put this game on low graphic settings and see the results once. And go to settings. Let's save the changes quickly. And now definitely you can see the textures are blurred a bit, and we are touching more than 150 FPS inside the castle, 120, and on an average you will get an FPS ranging from 125 to 150. And let's go outside the castle once and see the FPS drop once. So the FPS is dropped quite a bit, around 100, 123, 127. In the outside also maximum we are hitting 120ish range. So on the low settings with DLSS 4 on, we can expect the highest FPS to be 150. Let's move on to our second test and see what we have to do in the settings. So for the second test we have DLSS 2 on with different graphic settings. So let's quickly enable that. Scroll down a bit and we will need to restart the game. No issue, let's quickly restart. Okay, we have restarted our game. Let me show you the graphic settings one more time. So we have the DLSS 2 frame generation on, and for the first case we have set the graphics quality to low, and let's see how many FPS we are getting inside the castle. So definitely there is a bit drop in the FPS from the frame generation 4 to frame generation 2. Inside the castle we are getting around 50ish FPS. So maximum I saw like we hit 53, I guess. Yeah, so this is the FPS amount we are getting. Okay, now let's go outside and see how many FPS we are getting. So outside you can expect the same range from the 44 to 55, I guess you can expect. So definitely there is a bit drop in the FPS readings as we have shifted to DLSS 2 from DLSS 4. So yeah, this was the case on low settings, and let's increase the graphics quality a bit, and definitely there will be a drop in the FPS more. So let's quickly change the graphics quality once more. So let's directly test it on ultra and see how much drop is there. So at this settings we are getting around 53 FPS, 55, 57 outside the castle, and let's go back inside. All the settings are pushed to ultra with the DLSS 2 on. So with the DLSS 2, if you switch on the graphics settings a bit, you can expect the range of FPS from 50 to 65, we can say. Inside we are touching 70 also for few seconds. Now let's move to the third task, and make a note, we are using the OBS in the background, so if you are not doing the recording and other things, definitely the FPS will rise. But I am recording from the same laptop, so definitely there will be a bit of drop in the FPS. But no issue, in the second part of video we will record with phone camera and you will have a better idea at that time. So for the test 3 we have to put DLSS 2 off and see how many FPS we are getting at the different graphic settings. So let's quickly change the settings once again. None, upscale type is none, frame generation is off, and let's head back. So we are on the ultra settings at the moment, and outside the castle you can see there is a huge drop in the FPS. We are touching 20ish FPS, 26 maximum we are seeing. Let's do a circle around this and see how many FPS we are touching. So you can see we are getting constant, you can say around 25 FPS, and inside the castle let's see, and inside also you can see the FPS is touching a constant of 25. The DLSS is off and we are using the ultra game settings at the moment. Let's reduce the settings once and see. Let's put this time the graphic settings to medium, and then definitely we will put it to low. Apply settings, and yes, there is definitely increase in FPS. Now we are touching 30 FPS inside the castle, 30, 32, and outside let's go. Outside also we are touching 30 fps. So on the medium settings you will get this performance. The frame generation is off. Okay, let me put the graphic settings to low once. So if you are with the DLSS off, if you want to play the game, definitely you will have to compromise with the graphics quality you are playing on. But with the DLSS enabled, at the DLSS 2 also we were getting playable frame rates. So on the low settings outside the castle, again we are seeing 30 fps. So the performance is almost same on medium and low settings, we can say. Let's go inside, and inside also we are getting similar of 32 fps. The frame generation is off at the moment. Okay, now let's move on to our fourth. So we have to put DLSS to off and enable the ray tracing with different game settings. Let's enable the ray tracing once. Ray tracing on. Let's put this to on. Change the quality to ultra, and our DLSS is off. Apply the changes. Again we have to restart the game, and our frame generation is off. So let's restart once. Okay, we have restarted the game. The frame generation is off and we have enabled the ray tracing, and all the graphic settings are put to ultra. So let's see how many fps we are getting inside the castle and outside in the field area. So inside again you are seeing the fps to be ranging from 20.
When they ask you a
inside
question,
the castle we are getting around 20 fps only. So let's go outside, and outside also we are able to see the fps is ranging close to 20, 15, 16. Okay, so we are getting in a range of 15 to 20 fps. And make a note, the OBS recording is on at the moment. We are playing this game with ray tracing on and ultra graphics settings, so definitely there is a load on graphics card. Okay, now let's decrease the graphics settings a bit and see. Let's put it to low, apply the changes and quickly go back, and there is a bit rise in the fps. Now we are from 24 to 30, 22. Yeah, with the low settings also you can expect the fps to be around 25 something inside the castle, and outside again you will expect it to range it 23, 22, 21. Maximum you can expect, I guess, outside 20 fps. Okay, now let's move on to the last test for this video. So in the test 5 we have DLSS on with the ray tracing on and different graphic settings. So let's quickly configure that. We have to enable the upscale. Okay, frame generation, let's enable this. Again we have to restart the game. Let's quickly do that. Okay, let me show you the settings one. So we have the frame generation enabled, DLSS 4. Then talking about the ray tracing, it's on, and we have the quality of the game set to low. And let's see how many fps we are getting in the game performance. So you are seeing we are touching the fps close to 90, 93 sometimes, and inside also we are hitting more than 100 fps with frame generation enabled and ray tracing is on. And outside the fps dropped to 70. So In the open area, you can expect the FPS to be ranging from 65 to 70. It's a good performance, but the graphics quality is low. Let's increase the graphics quality to medium and see the performance once. So quickly let's go to the settings, put this to medium. Just a second, apply. And yes, the FPS is somewhere similar. We are still hitting the 70-69 in the open area. Let's quickly go inside the castle, and inside also you can see somewhere the similar performance. There is a bit decrease from the low quality to medium, so you can expect the FPS to be ranging from 75 or 70 to 75. Most of the time you can expect the FPS to be. So if you want to play this game with OBS recording on, I will suggest you to put the frame generation to 3 or 4 and play it on the medium settings. Definitely you will have a better performance, and I will suggest to put the ray tracing to off. That will be good because you are recording, and definitely there will be a load on your GPU. And for the configuration, we have used Core i5 13 generation with 16 gigs of RAM. Now let's turn off the OBS and switch to the mobile recording. So I will put some of the test cases in front of you so you guys have a better idea. Okay, now we have switched to the mobile recording and the OBS is currently off. So let me show you the graphic settings. Actually it's the same. We have the DLSS enabled, I guess. Let me check once. Okay, yes, we have the DLSS enabled and all the settings are put to ultra, and ray tracing is also on. And definitely there is a huge bump in the FPS reading. Earlier we were getting, I guess, around 80 FPS, but if I have turned the OBS off, so we are getting a constant FPS of 100, close to 100 we can say. So definitely there is a increase in the performance if you are not recording or any other apps are not running on your PC. Let's go outside once. In the outside area also there is a bit increase in the FPS reading. So definitely the performance will increase if you don't have any other applications running in the background. Now let's quickly change the settings and see what we can do without restarting the game. So let's reduce the graphics settings to medium, apply changes, and that should work. And now we are touching 100 FPS range outside the castle. Let's go back, and inside also you can see we are the range is more than 100 FPS. Inside castle you can see we are still getting more than 100 FPS. So I guess if you are not recording, you can enable the ray tracing and put the frame generation on. Inside we are getting more than 125-134 FPS at the setting. So if you don't want to record the game and simply enjoy it, put the ray tracing on and DLSS frame generation enabled, and definitely you can enjoy it at medium settings. Okay, now let's keep the ray tracing to off and put the graphic settings to ultra. Go back, just a second, let me save the changes once. Accept. Okay, go back and enable the frame generation to, let's put it to 4 and see what is the performance we are getting. Quickly restart the game. Okay, we have restarted the game. Now ray tracing is off and the DLSS frame generation is enabled, and we are playing on the ultra settings, and definitely there is a huge increase in the FPS. Now we are ranging close to 150, or we can say, yeah, we are ranging near to 150 FPS inside the castle. And outside also what we can see, we are very close to 100 FPS, 112, Outside also you can say you will get an average FPS around 100. So with the ray tracing off and with the graphics settings to ultra and frame generation enabled, you will be able to get a decent amount of FPS from this configuration. Okay, now let's look at the raw performance once. I am turning off the DLSS frame generation and NVIDIA DLSS off, scale to scale none, and go back. Okay, now we are seeing the raw performance. Ray tracing is off, graphics quality is maximum, and frame generation is off, and we are dealing with the amount of 30 FPS inside, and definitely with the frame generation off. There is a bit increase in the texture quality. You will be able to notice this on the screen. And outside also you will get around 30 FPS most of the times. Yeah, let's decrease the texture quality and see if we can increase this FPS numbers. Global preset low, then apply settings, and now you can see at the low settings with the frame generation off, ray tracing off, you can get a FPS close to 50 inside, and outside also you will get similar type of performance. Let me go in the open area ones. Yeah, this is a playable FPS. Let's pet this cat once. So with the OBS recording off, you can see the results on your screen. If you want to see any particular test scenario, you can use the timestamps. Hopefully this video was helpful for all of you. We have tested the Hogwarts Legacy on Acer Nitro V15 with Core i5 13th generation with RTX 5050 8GB variant, and we had 16 gigs of RAM. So if you are planning to play this game, definitely you can enjoy it over RTX 5050 laptop variant. In the comment section, do mention what game I should play next on this RTX 5050. We have started this new gaming channel, TechVine Gaming, so your support means a lot. Do subscribe to our channel. In the future you will see cool exciting videos, so do subscribe to our channel and enable the notifications. See you all in the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy.